April 2024 will be the biggest and most important month this year, guys. Look at this. Everything is merged together here. All the planets are very close together. Lots of new beginnings. Solar eclipse of the century is happening there. Powerful solar eclipse, which means new beginning solar eclipse, which means there is earthquake in your soul at certain level, because there are earthquakes as well on Earth. And this earthquake changes and gives you a new initiative, new direction in life, new identity areas. These are my longest horoscopes this year. I'm not gonna do such long horoscope, but this is such an important month. A new beginning, another new beginning. Saturn conjunct Mars, new cycle starts, which means you're gonna have for the next 2 years new tasks, the great work that you have to do, where you have to build perseverance, where you have to put a lot of your efforts. Where is that going to be? And you might have a master finished work within 2 years, but big challenges there as well. And the biggest event of the year, Jupiter conjunct Uranus. It will never happen again. Jupiter to conjunct Uranus in Taurus in your life. It will repeat in 84 years. Once in a lifetime opportunity. I can't tell you how excited I am. New cycle. Well, will your source of abundance and opportunities come to you over the next 14 years? If you catch this message, if you understand it, you can have an opportunity for the next 14 years to be abundant. So we'll speak about each of the 12 signs. But before I start, I want to tell you that this is my birthday month, April. If I'm still alive after April, with all the eclipses and new beginnings, I want to make you a gift. All my courses will be 30, 40%, sometimes even more off. I do this only once per year for 2 weeks. This is the time. All my courses, personal courses, if you want to learn astrology over 1,000 hours, they're short courses, long courses, I'll put them. You can buy them now. I hope you enjoy this. And we still have a few places for the retreat with me in Bulgaria at the end of May. We have 3 places, I think, so quickly write to me if you're interested to organize everything quickly for you. This is the most personal retreat I ever do, because I'll be looking at all of your horoscopes individually. It's very private and it's very personal. It's a small group only. So thank you so much. Let's start. Sun, Moon, Rising, April 2024. Leo, on the 8th of April, we have an eclipse in your 9th house, which is quite beneficial because it's making a trine to you. It's not stressing you, but still it can open the eclipses. And this eclipse is active not just on the 8th of April. It usually indicates events that will be happening for you for the next 1 year. So where an eclipses are, what are they? They're like a realignment of your fate with, and this is new moon eclipse. It indicates new beginnings, and it indicates something that you can gain and something that realigns you to the right path for you, and that will create new opportunities for you. And it's happening in the lucky house. But since we have to warn, it's an eclipse, it can temporarily create stresses or crises. And there can be a crisis with the father figure, 9th house, with teacher, guru figure, or even some belief system crisis, existential crisis of the, like, is that the right thing I'm believing? Is that almost like eclipse of, this is the higher mind, eclipse of the connection with God, eclipse of how the life makes sense. There is like life makes sense. You explain it. Maybe if you're an atheist, life makes sense to you because we're all biological forms. We all come here, whatever. If you're a person who believes life makes sense, why do I wake up in the morning? What keeps me going? Life makes sense because we keep incarnating. Whatever your belief system is, life makes sense because whatever programs you carry from society, well, this eclipse wants to break those old programs and introduce new programs. And you know, whatever your programs in your higher mind are, or lower mind as well, subconscious, these are that's, how do I say, the map through which you live your life. So there is some breaking down and breaking through of old belief systems, and allowing this year new belief systems to come into your life. And these belief systems are more Aries in nature, and they're more about believing in abundance, because it's with the North Node eclipse. The not necessarily so spiritual, but they're about believing that more is possible, that sudden rise is possible, believing that sudden abundance is possible, or sudden change is possible, and that you don't always have to do the hard work, and maybe opening yourself to such kind of powerful changes in your mind. So this eclipse definitely for you indicates some shift in your consciousness, what you believe is possible and not. On a more practical material level, it can indicate you discovering a new belief system that excites you, that activates this, usually after some kind of a existential, questioning yourself, is this the right path I am on? Because Mercury is retrograde this month, the whole month as well. So it might be asking yourself, is this the right university degree I want to study? Maybe something happens that you want to shift to a totally new direction, eclipse in Aries, new beginnings, and you rethink an educational path, or you want to pre-qualify. That's another possibility that can happen. Or you might be questioning, what is my future? Because this is the house where we plan our future, how we see our future, what inspires us to wake up. So some new inspiration and goal and interest to study, to travel, to open yourself to new experiences or new knowledge happens, and it's activated. And again, because it's an eclipse and we have Mercury retrograde, it can happen through some crisis that you're triggered to some dissatisfaction or whatever, or some sudden shift in your consciousness that can feel a little bit like the ground is pulled out from under you, that you suddenly decide, I want to live in a different country, for example. 9 house rules, foreign countries. Or we're going to travel. Or, I'm Leo rising. Let's see. Leo moon. Let's see if this happens. It can also indicate that this year might be year of education for you, of either teaching, and having breakthroughs here, and new knowledge or education, or traveling, or foreign country, even deciding to relocate to a foreign country. It can even open the gates to meeting foreigners or people from very different social class for you, usually more educated or more knowledgeable, like teacher figures, or finding a new inspirational figure, or even a fated meeting with a teacher. I mean, you need to be very, very few people ever meet. But everyone can be a teacher in your life, So someone can appear now in your life, doesn't necessarily need to be a foreigner, but it can be someone who acts as a teacher figure in your life. And 9 house rules, grandchildren. For some of you might be a grandchild that arrives this year. Something big development there. But for others, it can be someone that appears in the shape of a mentor or a you might not even know them personally. You might just discover someone online, start listening to them, taking courses with them. They start shifting your perspective. Some philosopher, I don't know, Jordan B. Peterson or such kind of whoever. Everyone can be drawn to someone else. Usually it's more masculine energy there with Aries, but some inspirational figure that appears. And if you're lucky enough and deserving enough, even you can meet personally a teacher. I've been lucky a few times to meet a teacher in my life. But sometimes when you do that, it's like good fortune. You're fated. So it's fated. Eclipse is something fated. And it's part of your dharma because it's in the 9th house. Dharma means the path of the soul that will make you most happy and aligned to yourself. So yeah, there might be some breakthroughs, realizations about the direction of your life. And 9th house is, of course, about self-improvement. So you might enter some passion. You maybe have entered it already, but this eclipse can bring some breakthroughs, understanding about self-growth. This is your higher self and connection to God. You know that eclipses thin the walls between the invisible world and the visible. Unfortunately, also with the lower astrals. So if you're aligned with more negative energies, here is where you can attract and get in touch with entities of the lower realms. That's why the ancients always said, don't look at an eclipse, because the sun is hidden, the light is hidden, the material sun is hidden, but then the spiritual sun can shine if your vibration is there. Otherwise, the black sun shines through the etheric black sun. There is etheric, actuals, it's too complicated. I'm not going to go there. But yeah, you can find your role models, inspirations, opportunities for travel can start appearing this year. And also you have to redefine your goals, not even you redefine yourself in life. And this is very much about moral dilemmas. Eighth house is ethics, morality, virtues. You either will embark on a path to build them faster, be more aware of those things, or there might be some moral crisis that happens, which is about truth or lies. So this eclipse can activate such theme of truth, lies, it just wants to put the focus there for you to define yourself. You can't serve two masters, so there can be some moral breakthrough and sudden shift in how you perceive reality with this ninth house activation. Otherwise, they can be also connected to higher education, traveling, legal matters, something new that is developing there, breakthrough or renewal. All right, then the other, and of course Mercury is retrograde there, so there might be some revising, some ruminating, some re-examining as well. But it's kind of you're rewiring, this eclipse is rewiring your higher mind and how you look at reality. Then on the 10th, so basically the whole month, it's this influence. Saturn and Mars are conjunct. On the 10th in particular, in your 8th house, you might have to deal with some material, financial matters. And of course, this starts a cycle for 2 years, which will carry on till the next time Saturn and Mars conjoined. So it's saying where you have to use willpower, courage, hard work, and overcome some obstacles, because Saturn and Mars are cultivating the virtues of perseverance, strength, hard work, willpower. These are not things we develop easy unless we have challenges. So some of the challenges you might have to deal with and solve and be patient with and try keep over and over and overcome obstacles is connected maybe with mutual finances. Maybe 8th house rules, I don't know, like anything to do stock markets, mutual finances, business or marriage partnership of the family of the marriage partner, or it can be intimacy matters, secretive matters, or any kind of predispositions to be hidden, secretive. But also it might just decide that you're going to dig deep into, you might have some hard work with taxes, 8th house rules taxes, or maybe you have to put efforts to receive some inheritance, or maybe there might be some fight for some money that's happening with another person or whatever, or some alimony, or maybe it can be, oh yeah, that's for me as well, or maybe it can be that you put a lot of efforts and hard work towards something connected to inheritance, something connected to resources that come to you from another source, or resources that are mutual finances, and that Saturn and Mars ask you to be legal, lawful, no kind of, and to use willpower and to check 3 times before you cut. So with such matters, you have to be a bit more careful, or maybe put extra work there. And there might be something about secrets and fidelity matters that come to the surface as well. But Saturn and Mars, if you do good job, they can give some of the best results, because it always with effort, and we're most satisfied with the results if something's been difficult and hard. We put the effort, it doesn't just drop on our lap, and then we feel most satisfied and we feel like most proud of that work. So it is here in this 8th house. Others might work very hard with a psychologist starting from April, can have some very deep transformational realizations, but they have to put the work themselves. It's not just about, okay, there's something that they have to do the effort as well. Saturn and Mars in the 8th house can indicate that you're working with another partner towards more mutual stability, for example. Or also 8th house can be the house of pregnancies and the house of giving birth, the house of big life transformations. You might be going through a big life transformation, or psychological transformations, deaths, births, not your death, don't worry. But you might be dealing with very deep such topics, death, births, big transformations, because life, whether it's a happy news like birth or death, It's a big or shock to the lifestyle. And Saturn Mars here will give you the resilience, will give you the strength, will give you the perseverance and willpower. So you can be very fulfilled at the end with whatever happens. But yeah, if you have any surgeries and stuff like that, I would advise you not to do it on the 10th exactly, or a few days around, especially 8th house is also surgeries, to be a bit more careful with accidents and such things. But don't worry, it doesn't have to be anything. What else is the 8th house? That's Saturn and Mars joining mutual finances. Yes, you attract more, you start more to be more serious about things, to work harder towards that, or money that comes to you from others, whether it's your clients or whatever. And there can be some challenge with family, of partner as well, because that's the 2nd from the 7th. But again, whatever if you're conscious, if you use willpower, self-restraint, Mars is willpower, or Saturn is self-restraint, you don't allow the frustration of this combination to win over, you can be much more, you can have a lot of emotional resilience with Saturn and Mars in the 8th house. Truly like strong especially in the eyes, in situations of crisis or big changes, like you're keeping it together. It can be very emotional. But Neptune has been in your 8th house, maybe wreaking a bit of for the last 14 years, bit of chaos and disorganization with your deep feelings, with your emotionally maybe made you a bit softer because it's a soft planet. But now Saturn and Mars, and the activity days 2 years. I mean, they'll stop the conjunction by May, but the cycle is 2 years, and you're putting like a lot of order, and you're kind of very disciplined about your emotional states, your emotional resilience, psychological state as well, working on those issues, ability to eliminate things. 8th house is to eliminate anything that is poisonous for you, whether it's substances, whether it's behaviors, whether it's people, and because this is the house of the rectum, the 8th house. So you have a very no bullshit, very no nonsense attitude towards eliminating toxic things from your life, psychologically, physically, emotionally. But in the process, there might be some activations through deeper fears, the subconscious, the things that are poisonous with the shadow. It's kind of a shadow work. You can read more about the shadow work, and it's good for that. Actually, I started 2 months ago therapy with an incredible psychologist. Such great results. But I'm working very hard, like constantly every day I'm doing something, exercises or whatever. I'm like, wow. So good luck. So actually, after 14 years of Neptune day in your 8th house, making you very psychic, but also vulnerable emotionally, Saturn and Mars come here to make you emotionally strong, to put order and discipline into your mutual finances and resources. And it's hard work. If you're a couple, the 8th house is your merged energies together. It's like the energetic state of the couple. It's an intimacy might be a bit blocked, or but it's time now to work on those things seriously, without postponing, without thinking it will fix itself, and to make this merging of the intimacy of the couple, of the energy of the couple, to mold it consciously. Saturn is molding to give a different structure, and Mars is to use the force and the willpower to do that. Otherwise, there can be issues like infidelities, or not trust, or intimacy issues as well. Or you can do, but there is some transformation happening there if you're a couple mutually together. All right, I'm not gonna stay on this too long. Let's go on the last. We'll finish with the best energy. Now, Saturn and Mars meet every 2 years. There are eclipses in your 9th house, in Aries, every 9 years. But Jupiter and Uranus meet in your 10th house once in your lifetime only. And Jupiter and Uranus meet only once in your 10th house, and only once every 14 years somewhere in your horoscope. So this is the most important part, and I'm so happy we finished. It's on the 20th of April, but some of you have felt it already from the beginning of the year because they've been close together, since the beginning of the year, and it will carry on to the end. They'll be very close together to the end of the summer as well. But the peak is on April 20th, but don't expect to see some specific event on April 20th because it's an opening phase. You might start seeing the results sometime in 7 years, halfway through the cycle. Or usually Jupiter and Uranus are fast acting, but now are the seeds. So some new inspiration is coming to you in regards to your career. Some such powerful renewal impulse, social, your reputation, your social status. Some of you can be marriage. 10th house is connected to marriage, changing your social status. It can be such a big change to how people perceive your social status, who you are, within this year. Within this year, it's not going to be necessarily on April 20th, but something big will shift in your social status. Might be a new career. 10th house is your actions. Even if you're not working, for some of you who are not working, you can find a career that, inspires you. They have very inspirational influences. Jupiter and Uranus is not like, I have to work hard. Okay, I'll start this career. It's like, no, wow, it gives me meaning, purpose. I'm excited about that. It can be a new position that shocks you, surprises you, comes fast. It can be a new project that makes you excited. It can be a new internal activation that, because 10th house is house of action, for you to be active, for you to have a new active role in the world. This is the role that you're recognized with. For me, I'll tell you, for me, it's like I'll be finally launching this year. And it's finally happened because I've been working for 5 years on something. And it's going to be a total change of the AstroLada brand, everything. My whole public image is changing. And I thought it was going to happen way earlier, within a year. But no, had to wait for the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in my 10th house from the moon. And right on time. I didn't have to wait. It just couldn't happen before. So something like that can make you viral very quickly, that can make you noticed, known, respected. The 10th house is the highest house. Everyone sees it. Something that can turn your life around. And it's connected to your actions in the world, with your worldly responsibility, big change with the father figure or parental figure in your life as well. Big rise in society, or even some luck. With Saturn and Mars, it's hard work. You have to do it in the 8th house. You have to push there, whether it's for financial matters, mutual resources, intimacy, whatever, psychological depth. You have to do the hard work. Jupiter and Uranus, it's like you're lucky. Things align. They call it sudden flux of luck in the 10th house, can be connected with your reputation. So as I said, I'm launching finally something brand new for everyone, and it's a software, and it's an astrology software, and it's free, and I've worked on it for so long. Hopefully it's the most extensive one. So I hope you have something similar, or it might be something brand new that comes to you as an idea, and that illuminates you, inspires you, changes the social status. And again, it might take 14 years to start seeing the results. Okay, not 14 years, at least till the first sextile, 3 to couple of years more to start seeing the results. But now the inspirations can happen. Now the downloads can happen as well. So yeah, exciting times, Leo. Good luck. And yeah, may you breeze through April. May you feel inspired through April, and whatever shocks happens, because those energies are all a bit shocking, know that it's gonna work out perfectly, and this emotional resilience, you have it.